Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, let's have a message from the fairies. Yes, I nearly forgot their name then. Okay, the fairies. The fairies. Don't forget about the fairies. We're going to do a Celtic cross. We've got the fairy tarot cards. Must be talking to an angel. Must be talking to an angel. Must be talking to an angel. This is a nice spread. Okay, I can see what's happening here. Must be talking to an angel. Okay. It's nice because the story came out as I was pulling the cards, and I'll just give you a quick overview of it. Okay. So we have the Divine Feminine, who is an angel. She is the world. We've got the Divine Masculine, who is considering being with the Divine Feminine. He can see your strength over time, and it's made him stronger. You are the star. He is thinking about taking some action. You make shit happen. You're magical, okay? You just make shit happen. The Divine Masculine's feeling more like the Emperor, so he's feeling more suited to you. It's like he's fallen more and more in love with you, and you've made him so strong. He's actually believing in himself and in his position beside you. The thing is that he does need to take action, because there's a chance here you could end up being, you know, the Divine Feminine solo for the rest of your life. There's this vision of you being like a grandmother, teaching like the grandchildren, but you've got no one beside you. And you deserve that. Okay, and it's all about, he knows that you're waiting. You're waiting for your match. You're waiting for your match. I felt like you're waiting to be matched up together. You've met your match. You know that, Divine Feminine. He's coming around to the idea now of it. It's just about whether or not he's prepared to, I don't know, I feel like face you. I feel like he's seen a ghost. Maybe he's had a vision into the future. Okay. So, and interesting is, the last card is this image. So I kind of forgot like their name, the fairy. But I know that they're like angels. Fairies are angels. Okay. Right then, let's have a look into this energy a bit more. So, what we're talking about is the world. This is what we're going to discuss. A brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. So I feel like you haven't come as far as you can come, Divine Feminine, but you're fully matured and developed, and he can see that. A brilliant success, you are. The freedom to go in any direction. That's nice, because you're a free spirit. A journey that is now complete. Now the block here is unity. You having someone by your side. Now the masculine here, he's actually looking mature, and he's talking to children. So I feel like he can see himself passing on the knowledge to the younger generation. you actually see the same reflected with the Divine Feminine here. The block is doing the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you and a spiritually minded community. I'm actually feeling here, the masculine's feeling quite alone, like he also wants somebody to do this with. Got quite strong lower back pain at the moment. It's just come over me. I haven't been suffering with it, but my lower back hurts. Foundations, that's the root chakra. Okay. Although I feel like it's more on the hip. So like you would like someone like to be joined at the hip. There's the independence here of you both being very capable of continuing with your life purpose, which is to share love and kindness, to be able to guide others correctly and be competent and confident in that. You're both very capable, and it's like you're both doing it solo at the moment, but he's learnt it from you, Divine Feminine. In the past energy, so we're talking about the world. The block seems to be, or the challenge is, unity. In the past, we've got strength. Card number 11. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, which is why you both had to come to your own realizations about yourself individually. I felt there was encouragement from both sides of the party, okay, to assist you in getting there. Compliments. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, and it's time to embrace how wonderful you are. This has occurred, guys. What's occurring? Well, now we have the star. It takes me very much to a Tinkerbell energy, but it looks like Cinderella's kind of carriage there. The star. It takes me to a lot of preparation going on with wishes. I feel there are a lot of the Divine Feminine's wishes. Because I said that you make shit happen. So we have the star energy. Look to the future with hope and optimism. This is the current energy, guys. The power of faith to move mountains. Happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. And I feel you're welcoming the change, Divine Feminine. Well, if you're at the Well card here, that's the last card in the tarot. Okay, you get to go again. And this time you're a free spirit. It's like you've done the work. And part of your work was to help the Divine Masculine to progress. Okay. Now they're all Major Arcana cards. The Well card. Major Arcana being that even though we like to think that we have control over certain situations, there's times when we need to address certain things in our lives, and the Divine wants us to pay attention to these things. I'm not saying it's out of your control, but it's happening. The other cards are all in your control. So the world. Let's read these a bit deeper. I'm just going to read. It says about the meanings of the cards. This guidebook explains the general meanings for every card in the Fairy Tarot cards deck. As is traditional for tarot, the Major Arcana cards are listed first, I can't say that word, numerologically. Okay, followed by the unnumbered Minor Arcana cards, which are listed Ace through King by suit, season. When you're ready to look up a card's meaning, find the corresponding page and read the interpretation and symbolism for the entry. Your inner wisdom will tell you if any of the information applies to you, or it may trigger further insights about your situation. And always remember that your intuition will offer you even more personalised messages from God, the angels, and the fairies. So as you read, simultaneously pay attention to your thoughts and feelings. The Major Arcana. The Major Arcana consists of 22 cards describing major events and turning points in our lives. The Major Arcana cards can also represent the different phases from childhood to old age. That's interesting, seeing as I kind of picked up that energy. I've just got to adjust myself. My back is very uncomfortable. Each card is numbered, as is traditional in tarot. Okay, so we're going to the last Major Arcana card, which is 21, the World. And this is what we're discussing today. Bravo! It's time to take a bow, as everyone is so very proud of you and the progress you have made. Recognise your own successes as a way to reinforce just how powerful and creative you are. Like your fairy friends, you have the magic touch right now. Be fearless in choosing your next big accomplishment. This is the time to move forward in your spiritual development. Continue your journey along the path of enlightenment, as it's also the path of joy. Our fairy from the Dreamer card has made it successfully to the end of her journey. Now the Dreamer is the Fool card, 0 card, the beginning of the tarot. So our fairy from the Dreamer card has made it successfully to the end of her journey. She wears the sign for infinity in her crown and on her shoes. I don't know if you've got a glare going on here, or in her crown and on her shoes, indicating that she can now begin a whole new adventure if she desires. If she desires, and in the current energy is a star energy. That's all about desiring and manifesting and dreaming. The additional meanings of this card: a journey that's now at an end, great achievements, new beginnings, the freedom to go in any direction, a sense of completion. And you should be able to sense this, Divine Feminine. A whole new world is on the horizon. Anyway, the block is unity. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you in a spiritually minded community. You can actually see here, it's the Divine Masculine. There's the energy coming through as if only like we have been taught this as children. I mean, I discovered this stuff by myself, on my own. I never had anyone tell me about this way of living. And but then obviously I've raised my children knowing about this way by showing them. So unity. Learning the traditional ways of doing things can sometimes be very effective. Other times, though, we need to break out of the box and consider new and creative modes of accomplishing our goals. Discussing various methods, old and new, with those you trust can help you know which philosophy to follow at any given time. If your goals are meeting with resistance, it may be due to the method you are using to attain them, rather than a flaw in your actual plans. Okay. So if your goals are meeting with resistance, it may be due to the method you are using to attain them, rather than a flaw in your actual plans. Can't seem to say that so it flows, but anyway. Be open to trusted people's perceptions regarding the right strategy to take. And I feel the Divine Masculine trusts you, Divine Feminine. Having a supportive group of friends and a spiritual teacher who walks his or her talk will uplift you and allow you to stand tall in all your work. Which is what I was saying here about how you've given him the strength, Divine Feminine. It's important to always stay on a path of integrity in every aspect of life. The law of attraction rewards those who follow their dreams while remaining honest and true in dealing with others. Align yourself with organisations or people who have high spiritual ideals. In this card, our two fairy students have found a mentor to teach them both old and new ways of thinking. It's like all your hard work rubbed off, Divine Feminine. Additional meanings of this card: doing the right thing for the right reason, remaining true to your principles, being a spiritual teacher to others and or consulting one for guidance, respecting your elders or the past, and the power of prayer. Okay, let me just get a drink. That's the Hierophant card, card number 5, the counterpart to the High Priestess. So that's the High Priest here. In the past, we have the Strength card, card number 11. The Golden Rule asks us to treat others as we would like to be treated ourselves. When you show kindness and respect to those around you, they are drawn to you as a pillar of strength. Having the courage of your convictions will get you through any challenge, great or small. That's you, Divine Feminine. He's following suit. You are a very sensitive and caring soul, and this is a strength, not a weakness. Don't be afraid to show your empathy for others, while also standing up for yourself should you need to say no. Our fairy stands with the lion and the lamb, symbolising that there's strength within gentleness. The additional meanings of this card: the power of kindness, forgiving yourself and others, overcoming challenges through grace and willpower, having patience with those around you, and believing in yourself. And you both have to do this work. It's something that needs to be addressed. But we have the star energy. It's the current energy here. And it says, now is the time to believe. Challenges fade away as the joy that comes from true faith lights your way like a clear, starry sky. Life has wonderful, magical things in store for you, and there's no room now for self-doubt. Look to the future with hope and optimism. God, the angels and the fairies can help you manifest whatever you need in order to move toward a happy life or career. Trust in yourself and your abilities. Allow your faith to grow. Like the constellations, it will guide you to rich and fulfilling spiritual insights. Our fairy is opening the chalice well and releasing the ancient healing and manifestation energy for you. The additional meanings of this card: faith to move mountains, believing in your future, good fortune, light at the end of the tunnel, suddenly knowing what to do next, spiritual joy. Light at the end of the tunnel. That was a message from the archangels for the divine masculines. Anyway, let's have a look. We'll have a look at what's assisting behind the scenes next. Now we come into the minor arcanas, the 7 of Spring. Be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. So it's this energy here of don't stop believing. It says now is the time to believe, Divine Feminine. How did we end this? Our fairy is opening the chalice well and releasing the ancient healing and manifestation energy for you. This has assisted you behind the scenes. Like I said, all your hard work is paying off now. Let's go to the 7 of Spring. It's healthy and normal to stand up for yourself. Don't allow others to talk you out of your beliefs or opinions at this time. And I also want to say, you didn't allow your divine masculine to talk you out of your opinions, your beliefs. Okay, you stood up for yourself. And he has a lot of respect in that you stood for your truth. So it's healthy and normal to stand up for yourself. Don't allow others to talk you out of your beliefs or opinions at this time. Your thoughts and feelings about what is the right thing to do are actually spot on. This isn't the time to back down or compromise. However, it is a good time to pay close attention to all that's happening so that you can learn from the situation. Don't allow people in power to intimidate you. Assert your rights, sign petitions, call your local government or attend rallies to demonstrate that there's strength in numbers. I'm giggling because I've already said something, but I can't quite remember what I've said. I want to, but I want to read this message first. We'll go back to it. The fairy in the image is dressed in red to show her passion for her mission, and her stance signals that she will be quick to defend her beliefs. I remember now. It's about the match. You've met your match. And I felt like, in a way, it's a bit of game on. You're both very strongly set in your beliefs. I just believe the divine masculine's beliefs have changed. Okay. The additional meanings of this card: taking a stand, defending your position. And I believe you may need to, because how the card that talks about how you feel about this situation, how you're feeling, is the Emperor. So we have the Emperor and we have the strength of the Empress here. Anyway, we get to that in a moment. Don't start stuttering and stammering. It's about being in your divine masculine's presence and still being able to be assertive and be the divine feminine, and not kind of, I don't know, turn to mush, turn to goo. It's like you're stronger. You were strong then, but more rebellious. But now you just make shit happen, and the evidence is there. It's blatantly clear. Taking a stand, defending your position, knowing that you're right, courage through adversity, taking self-protection or assertiveness classes, or gaining physical strength at the gym. You're strong, divine feminine. Well, in the future position, we have the Prince of Autumn. That's the page of Earth, the page of Pentacles. And that's the page who's kind of preparing maybe to send a message. He's dependable, protective, chivalrous and humorous. Cautious but wise action. Meticulous attention to detail and kindness to others. I like that. I feel he likes that. He likes a kind person who shows kindness to others. And I feel because you've actually shown kindness to him. Okay. And it's something about, even though you stood in your power, you were never unkind. You're just strong. Prince of Autumn. It's like you couldn't be talked out of your beliefs, and that was right. That was rightly so. That no one should be able to talk you out of what you believe in. Because if they had, then you wouldn't be where you are today. There's a lot of respect coming through. Okay, Prince of Autumn. Let's read about this card. Now, it's in the future position. I'm so sorry. It's not the Page of Pentacles. It's the Knight of Pentacles, because we have the Princess here. So it's actually the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that's the slowest moving knight. Doesn't move very fast, has to be sure. Let's read about him anyway. Sometimes you don't need to rush to action. Some people like to have a plan first, says the Prince of Autumn. Yes, that was a bit of a jab at the Prince of Winter. So it's kind of like that ego play-off. What's the rush? And oh man, does the Prince have a plan. He has everything figured out from A to Z, with multiple backup options should you need them. Courageous, gallant, trustworthy and kind, this Prince is your protector and is truly watching out for you in every way. He is much like a fairy guardian who has the added benefit of being able to put together a sound business plan for you. Still, he doesn't move very fast. It's going to take him time to get things done. You may have to wait a while. Okay, so this masculine, like I said, he's preparing. He feels like he has been planning to be the Emperor. Maybe he knows that that was his life plan. The additional meanings of this card: cautious but wise action, a very hard worker, a nature lover who is often a vegetarian or vegan, meticulous attention to detail, putting other people first, and a message from the fairies. A message from the fairies. Well, I said to look out for a message from the fairies in my last reading. Okay, Mr. Emperor. Have you got your heart on your sleeve? Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organised. A firm but compassionate leader. How you're feeling about things. Let's have a look at this Emperor energy here. No rush, is there? It's like you just keep planning on top of your plans. Maybe your plans change and then you have to plan again. I'm not sure. You're a planner. I said that there was this energy about how long will you plan for, because before you know it, you could be like OAPs. With your bus pass. The Emperor. It's like the timing's now. I feel this masculine knows that. Let's have a look, because you can't pressurise this masculine anyway. He's going to be doing it in his own good time. He has to be in this really good mood. That's what I'm feeling. You have to remember that the challenge here is unity. So it's more the energy of being the Emperor, and that's enough. Do you need an Empress? Well, any dream needs love and passion to grow. So any dream needs love and passion to grow, but it also takes careful thinking and good leadership. Staying organised with a methodical plan can be important to fulfilling your life purpose. It's very easy to get caught up in the excitement of your dreams and then forget the important details. Preparation at the beginning will save you a great deal of time that you can use to bring your plans to life. To have what it takes to be a skillful and sympathetic leader, to communicate your vision, find words that inspire, but also show your heartfelt concern for those around you. Seek out wise counsel for those. Interesting. I feel like you may have people that you can help, Divine Masculine. You're not quite sure what to say to them. So it's like, what would the Divine Feminine say to them? It's like, seek out people. It doesn't say that. Seek out wise counsel from those who have experience. I don't know what I was going to say then, but let's carry on. The globe at the top of the Emperor's staff. Where have you gone? Oh, there you are. Symbolises that the concerns of the world are his primary focus, and that requires sound judgment. However, the heart shows that compassion for others is also a part of his decision-making process. The Emperor stands beneath a rose window. Let's hold it up again. Symbolising Christ's 12 disciples and the importance of teamwork, support and leadership. Teamwork, Divine Masculine, support and leadership. The additional meanings of this card: thinking things through logically, worldly success, relying on intellect, balancing daily concerns with the big picture. That came out in your reading. Father figures and taking responsibility for others. Okay, how does this affect others? Well, we have the Eight of Autumn, where I felt the Divine Feminine's energy, more of a grandmother energy. She is a grandmother, a grand role model. But I wonder what she's thinking about. I feel like she's thinking about how nice it would be if the Divine Masculine was there. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. I feel the Divine Feminine knows that this is her place. Any hopes or fears, well, the Divine Feminine's there in the Nine of Pentacles here, which is the Divine Feminine's card, but it is her in a single status. So the Eight of Autumn here, how this affects others. I feel like the Divine Feminine would just continue to study regardless, to evolve and grow here, and to teach that to others. But we do go from the 8 to the 9, as in with the positions of the cards. So the 8 of Autumn, and this is the position of how this affects others. Learn everything you can. And I feel this is what you've been doing, Divine Feminine. It may be time to return to school or get more training in the skills you seek. I've definitely gone back into studying over the last few weeks. I kept getting the message that we need to study again. This could involve taking seminars, furthering your professional development, or even going back to college. Perhaps you'll gain skill as an apprentice or provide instruction as a mentor. If you'd like to change careers, now is the time. The energy that you put into your job is reorganized. The energy that you put into your job is recognized and appreciated by everyone. You should be feeling the appreciation out there, Divine Feminine, including the fairies. The law of attraction returns your energy to you in the form of prosperity, abundance, and advancement. That's because you're sitting in this star energy. You're sitting in unconditional love, kindness, forgiveness, gentleness, gracefulness. A little fairy, a little girl fairy, learns a trade from her grandmother, who is also her mentor. She is careful to write down everything her teacher has to say. The additional meanings of this card: education, excellent craftsmanship, being paid well for high quality work, long-term projects, work that represents who you are, doing research. Okay. Hopes or fears, there is the Divine Feminine in the Nine of Autumn here, the Nine of Pentacles. I don't feel you have any fears, Divine Feminine. You're just, well, we can say hopeful, but you just believe. You just know. It says, it's time to reward yourself for your wonderful achievements. You've accomplished a great deal, and you deserve a little relaxation, nurturing and peace. And a lot of the Divine Feminines are feeling that right now. Just feeling like they're happy to rest, just to enjoy the space. Enjoy the fruits of your labours. Do something that feels truly luxurious and self-loving. You've worked very hard, and it's healthy to honour yourself in some small or large way as an incentive to keep your forward progress going. After all, you've earned it. A very successful fairy enjoys the beautiful music from her harp, while the fruits of her labour ripen around her. Additional meanings of this card: being happily self-employed, creating a beautiful environment, enjoying the finer things in life, and cherishing your time alone. That's the energy of contentment. The outcome is the Princess of Summer. Like I said, it's the cover to the box here. It says a new relationship. This is the outcome. A new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. A compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. The energy is gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. I feel like you've embraced true love, Divine Feminine, and that doesn't involve another person. That's not what true love is. True love is unconditional love, loving all that is. That's true love. And then, as you were well aware, it will come back to you. It's beautiful energy here. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced. Let me just read this message. The Princess of Summer. The Princess of Summer is a gentle and sensitive soul. She is very interested in relationships with other people, but can be quite shy. If you check out her bedside table, you'll almost certainly find a romance novel. She's poetic, with a fondness for writing, including journaling everything she feels. If daydreaming were an Olympic sport, she'd be a gold medalist. That's the beauty of your energy. You never stop believing. Not in true love. You just had to work out what it actually meant and how to get to there. A lot of hard work to get to a state of bliss, true loveness. If you approach her with outstretched arms and an open heart, she will happily embrace you and let you into her life. There's a little tip there for you, Divine Masculine. If you approach her with outstretched arms and an open heart, she will happily embrace you and let you into her life. She will eagerly listen to all of your worries with great compassion. No one cries alone when the Princess of Summer is around. Just keep in mind that she's not very experienced in the world. It's like she hangs out with the fairies. She's a bit away with the fairies. This princess perceives everything through her feelings, so she may not get around to thinking things through. The young fairy from the Ace of Summer has grown up. While she enjoys her private garden, she is full of magic and patiently waits for love to come. Is that right, Jasp? Patiently waiting for love to come. Social invitations, love letters, a special new friend, confidential information, and interpreting dreams. It's a beautiful message, Divine Feminine. And it's nearly 40 minutes long, so I'm going to stop it there. I do want to pull some oracle cards, but I want to kind of limit the amount of time I spend on uploading this. So part 2 will be coming soon.